Hi, my name is Maia Sturdivant.
My name is Michael Short.
Hi, I'm Katie Burns-Karn, and I am Maia's physical therapist.
So on January 6, 2016, I broke my leg at a track meet. I was doing the shuttle hurdle relay race, and I jumped over the last hurdle, fell, and the impact from my leg to my knee snapped my leg in half. My experience at the hospital wasn't that great for it being my first time because I had trouble with my IVs, the pain was a little bit unbearable, and some of the nurses were a little rude. The type of surgery I got was an intramedullary rod in the femoral canal, and after my surgery I felt so much better, the pain was a lot better, and my spirits were lifted. The person that was first with me was my coach.
Teacher for 30 years and a track coach for 28 years. The last 8 years I've spent at Timber Creek High School as a hurdle and sprint coach for the boys and girls track teams. I was absolutely devastated when I saw Maia on the ground. I watched the hurdle race from just beyond the finish line, and I noticed as she was coming across the line that she extended her legs a little bit beyond her center of gravity. I watched her shoulders fall a little bit behind her hips, and I immediately got worried about that because hurdlers, we always talk about them staying tall. But Maia was such a competitor that she felt a girl from Winslow coming up on her, and she wanted to finish her race. She overextended her leg, and I heard a pop. The good thing about this was that Maia had just about finished the race, and her momentum took her over the finish line. The bad thing about it is I knew immediately that something really bad was wrong. The paramedics and the EMTs immediately came over to offer her assistance. Both of them asked me to leave, but she refused to let go of my hand, and I wasn't going to let go of her hand anyway. I got to cheat a little bit on Maia's x-ray because I didn't see it initially, but the technician told me about the break. When I saw the x-ray itself, I was shocked. I said it was a clean break in one of the strongest bones in your body.
Now that I'm healthy and walking, I go to therapy at CHOP of Virtua.
I met Maia when she came in for her first physical therapy visit following her surgery. Encouraged her to get right to work so she could start to progress into daily activities like walking and being able to contract her leg and move her leg in the manners that we needed her to do and that she wanted to do. So my initial thoughts upon seeing Maia at her initial evaluation were that she presented with a lot of the things that we see with her type of injury after a hip fracture and having the intramedullary rod placed for holding the structure of the fracture while it healed. Some of these things included asymmetries in her hip range of motion. So for example, she has a lot of hip internal rotation and not so much hip external rotation, which is common of this injury. She specifically also demonstrated a lot of weakness in her quadricep muscles, which made it difficult for her to keep her legs straight and not only in non-weight bearing positions but also weight bearing positions, which makes walking difficult to be able to stabilize the leg while you're walking. She had significant weakness in her gluteal muscles, which play into a lot of functional activities, especially in the weight bearing position. Again, something as simple as walking. The glute muscles will stabilize the hip in a weight bearing position. She continues to demonstrate the most significant weakness in her gluteal muscles. So ultimately, Maia has progressed from some of those non-weight bearing strengthening things into some more functional and weight bearing activities. Some of those activities that she does include a scale rotation stretch that works on strengthening and stabilizing while she's stretching. We do a stability ball exercise. It works on strengthening her abdominal muscles and at the same time working her gluteal muscles and her hip flexors and quadriceps. And something that we did early on in her weight bearing was a single leg mini squat that has a position that's incorporated into a lot of functional activities that we do, getting in and out of a chair, stance phase during running, from heel strike all the way through the stance phase to pushing off. Those are just some of the functional progressions that Maia has done. She has made her way with her improvements to being able to run, so she has started to run and participated in the weight-bearing activities that we spoke about, and will soon be progressing into jumping, multi-directional running, and I do believe ultimately that Maia will have the abilities to return to all her sports activities that she did prior to her injury through her hard work.